let's check this video out quick, and then I'll give my thoughts on it.
The day that was a part of slavery.
No, for sure.
Most of these motherfuckers that's claiming that they done been through something ain't never experienced no racism in their life.
But I guess it's the systemic part that we still...
What's systemic about it?
Systemic racism?
Mm-hmm. Tell me what's systemic about it. I don't see it.
Oh, wait, did they change? What's the thing where you got to hire a certain amount of colored people, or whatever?
That's racist in itself.
Yeah, I know.
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action. Yeah,
that's racist.
There's some companies that's pulling that back. They're saying, "Hey,
yeah, they did away with it.
Yeah, they're
largely.
Like,
yeah, Supreme Court did away with affirmative action.
Yeah,
shout out to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I'm like, let's get.
That's racist in itself. That means that you're not getting in on your merits. You getting in based off of the fact that they had to include you. I know so many people that got into college based off of the fact that they was a part of a diversity, equity, and inclusion program, and they flunked the fuck out.
Right. We got to put you in here.
They couldn't even.
So my background is in higher education, right? And through all the systems, and when you enroll in students, you get to see their GPA, their ACT scores, all that stuff, right? And he hit the nail on the head. And I watch a lot of Anton Daniels content. Shout out Anton Daniels. I agree with him a lot, and Detroit is a lot like Milwaukee, where I'm from. But it was a lot of students that weren't, I would look at it, and I actually would email the admissions director, like, dude, how are these kids getting in when they have 2-point GPAs and 14 ACTs? And that's when I realized college was more of a hustle for the institutions than actually for the students. And that's kind of when I started making my way out. And the reason why is because they were letting students in, getting them in a bunch of debt, paying tuition, and then they were failing out the first semester. And that was one of the things where I'm like, I got caught in the trap. I can't let these younger versions of me get caught in the trap of going to school, paying a bunch of money, and having a bunch of debt afterwards. And also on the systemic racism part, like he touched on something that I say with a lot of liberals too, of why especially suburban white people get caught up in DEI and like the BL, and why they always are the key hook for that is because a lot of them have never been through stress in their lives, and they also are, and we've seen this in DC when they're arresting drug dealers and people with guns, and that's who they're going after. Still don't approve of it, but the most like classic liberals now, they don't understand the root of actual issues. They're not informed on what they're upset about. So they're just going by what they see on TV, and we've been re-brainwashed into believing that what we see on TV is real, depending on if it agrees with what you want to think. And I see that in the city of Milwaukee too, where people don't want anything to change, but then they're complaining about what's happening. So it's a weird. And then I was interacting with Shamika Michelle on X today. Same thing. It's a weird, like, it's like a psychosis. She said mass psychosis after my post on hers, and I agree, because it's like, what do you? But then you look at how people's lives are, and how they never really make a lot of forward movement, and they're in the same place, and they're always stressed out, and something's always bothering them. They're always upset about something. It's because they don't really even investigate, or they want to put the effort in their own life to change what's happening. That was my thing, my key with Milwaukee, when I was kind of battling with the powers that be in Milwaukee, was nobody wants this. I can spot it out all day. I can call it out all day. I can name names. Nobody wants it to actually change because they don't want to put the effort in to actually change it. So it's super interesting in the systemic racism part. Most black people have never experienced racism in their life. They got judged because of their behavior probably a lot, especially if they act ignorant. It's not racism when people get frustrated and tired of you acting a fool. That's not racism. That's, okay, you have poor behavior, so I don't like you. Like, we aren't entitled to like and be nice to anybody. like nobody is, like, you don't, that's not a quality that you have to have. And I think this racism thing that was been pushed, especially through all these slave movies and all of that, a lot of black people think that white people owe them to be nice because of what happened in the past. You ain't never go through slavery. You don't even talk to or know your grandparents. or your great grandparents, or the people that actually experience legitimate prejudice. Like when they walk in a place and like, get out, nigga, I don't hire black people. You ain't ever experienced that. And the people that experience that, you don't respect, or you disrespect with your behavior daily, being from their lineage. Like, so no, you don't get any bonus points for being black anymore. We about 2 generations away from that. Like the last one I say is like that 65 plus that was born in the 60s, that type of crew. They can still kind of lean on that. But everybody else, man, nah, I'm not buying that no more. I'm not buying that no more. Like, I said this a long time ago on my social media. Follow me on X, BMG Kenny. A lot of the people that try to bring up the racism and all that stuff, they really don't understand actual racism. They have no clue what actual racism is. And saying stuff like, oh, this person was no, racists let you know they're racist. Racists don't hide. They let you know. If somebody's actually racist, they let you know immediately. Like, I don't like your kind. That's racism. Black people have turned prejudice into racism. Prejudice is because you've seen a bunch of niggas on the internet acting a fool. So now when you interact with them, you're walking on eggshells, and nobody wants to have to deal with that. That's like dating a narcissist, like where you have to walk on eggshells and make sure you say the right thing. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. I wouldn't want that in my neighborhood either. People that don't care about the other people in the neighborhood and will proudly and loudly say it, not even try to comply. Or that every time you come to do something and something goes slightly wrong, it's a massive blowout issue. It's like dealing with toddlers, like spoiled toddlers. So no, it's not racism, it's prejudice. And I'm also prejudiced at times, because prejudice is learned from observing past behaviors and established from past behaviors of a certain group. You expect the group to act like that. Like when you see a dog and you like, okay, I expect that dog to bite me, then you're gonna think that dog's gonna bite you. Inverse, if your experience with dogs have been, you grew up with them, you know dogs are nice, you're not gonna expect that dog to bite you. That's the part. That's the thing. I'm like, no, prejudice is for a reason. It's a survival like aspect of like human life. So yeah, I might do I got kind of busy today, but I might do a black show later. But what y'all think about this? Y'all think racist? I think I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I think I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. It's Kenny Cams. I'm out. Peace.